Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Tom Patton reports from NBAA Convention and Exhibition. Gulfstream G600 progressing toward first flight. A Master Aviator program for helicopter pilots. Hello, I'm Christopher C. Odom. It's November 2nd, 2016, and this is Airborne Unlimited. A&N's Tom Patton interviews Cessna's president, Scott Ernest, at the NBAA Convention and talks about Cessna Hemisphere and other Cessna updates. Here's Tom.
We got a nice update on the Citation Hemisphere. What's new about the airplane, and what are you finding out as you get deeper into that project?
So obviously we started with the Latitude, which is just selling really well with NetJets and with our retail customers. We then moved into the Longitude, which is a little bit longer range. So we went from 2,700 to now 3,500 in the Longitude. And then with the Hemisphere, with the feedback from the customers we've been getting is that we need to be somewhere around 4,500 nautical miles. And this plane is a clean sheet design that will perform very effectively in that space.
What's appealing about that kind of range on a business jet, and what are you hearing from those customers that you're incorporating into the jet?
So being able to travel 4,500 nautical miles obviously helps you connect yourself throughout the world. So if you have a global company that requires you to move throughout the world, this type of product is something that will allow you to be productive throughout a trip from the U.S. to Europe, Europe on into Asia.
And one thing more, we haven't really had a chance to talk to you since you introduced the Denali at Oshkosh. How is that project coming along?
We've got a brand new engine that General Electric has put together with this plane, and it's going to be a very cost competitive product that customers are going to be very excited to have. We expect the engine run to be sometime next summer, and then we'll follow it up with a first flight probably a year after that.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Ernest, for taking some time to talk with us on Aero-TV.
Sure enough. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Great.
Gulfstream Aerospace, all new Gulfstream G600, continues to progress toward its first flight. The first G600 test aircraft has been delivered to Flight Test Center in Savannah for instrumentation and has completed ground vibration testing. 4 additional test aircraft, including one that will be outfitted with a full interior, are in various stages of production. Gulfstream President Mark Burns said in part, "We've accomplished several milestones, including producing the first aircraft, installing flight test instrumentation, powering up the aircraft, conducting ground tests." Common technology developed for the G500 and G600, including the Symmetry flight deck and other systems, will allow the G600 flight test program to capitalize on the work being accomplished as part of G500 flight test program currently underway. The G600 is projected to enter service in 2018, which is ahead of the originally planned schedule. After the break, FlightSafety adds helo pilots to their Master Aviator program.
The True Blue Power TC120 DC to DC converter features adjustable output voltage, supplying 120 watts of 5 to 18 volt power as needed anywhere in the aircraft. A direct replacement for American converters, the TSO-certified TC120 is lighter and smaller than competing units and can be conveniently mounted in the floor or cabin wall. Available from your local Avionics dealer.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Welcome back. If you'd like to be a supporter of the Airborne Unlimited, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. FlightSafety International announces the introduction of its Master Aviator program for helicopter pilots. The progressive Master Aviator curriculum builds upon fundamentals covered by initial and recurrent training. Flight Safety Master Aviator for helicopter pilots is earned by completing 2 advanced aircraft-specific core courses and a choice of 4 electives. At least 1 flight safety initial or recurrent training event must also be completed every 8 months. The 1-day core courses include helicopter human factors, crew resource management, and surviving inadvertent instrument meteorological conditions. The CRM course enables the pilots to master the key aspects of CRM that uniquely apply to helicopter operation. This includes situational awareness, conflict resolution, and communication skills. The IMC course will help the pilots to be fully prepared when weather conditions unexpectedly and rapidly change in the order to have a sound and well-practiced strategy to maintain the safety of their aircraft. With some 2,000 Aero-TV's programs webcast to cyberspace, sometimes it can be fun to look back and enjoy some of the places we've seen, the flyers we've met, and the planes we've flown. Here's a look at one of our favorite Aero-TV classic episodes.
We've been making propellers for over 80 years for a range of aircraft and airboats, but we've also been making propellers for target drones.
The name Sensenich is rich in propeller building history, but that doesn't make them old-fashioned. They are propping up to furnish propellers to the new UAV industry. Search Sensenich Technologies UAV on Aero-TV's news channel. After these messages, Pratt & Whitney engine receives Transport Canada certification.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Redbird Flight Simulations is dedicated to revolutionizing flight training by designing, manufacturing, and delivering affordable and innovative flight training technologies. Each Redbird device is designed to enhance the training experience for pilots of all levels, from student to ATP. Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing a few of those other great stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. Transport Canada has granted type certification to Pratt & Whitney Canada for its PW617F1-E engine. The modified turbofan engine is specifically designed for point-to-point travel in a new generation of entry-level jets. It offers more thrust with superior hot and high performance. Global Business Aviation Outlook, released by Honeywell, forecast a slow near-term pace. The report indicated relatively slow economic growth projections in many mature business jet markets. The report stated that commodities demand, foreign exchange, and political uncertainties remain as concerns. The Navy stood up its first unmanned-only aviation squadron last week as the MQ-4C Triton community establishes its first operational squadron. Unmanned Patrol Squadron will operate out of Naval Air Station Jacksonville, Florida. They are forecasting a 2018 fleet deployment. China Eastern Airlines has selected Panasonic Avionics Corporation EX3 in-flight entertainment system and Wi-Fi connectivity service for its fleet of 35 new A350s and 787 aircraft. China Eastern's entire wide-body fleet will be equipped with Panasonic's high-speed communications service. The National Business Aircraft Association, through NBAA Charities, offers a wide range of scholarships that support young people seeking careers in business aviation. This week at the 2016 Business Aviation Convention and Exhibition, 14 students are receiving scholarships. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now, let's get back to the rest of the news. Officials in the state of Oklahoma have been concerned about the high level of petroleum infrastructure within the state that could be negatively affected by inappropriate drone operation. As a result of this concern, the state legislature has passed a bill specifically aimed at limiting hobby and recreational drone operators, and that bill became effective November 1st. The bill defines what is referred to as critical infrastructure and addresses drone operation in the vicinity of such areas. State Senator Ron Sharp said what fences and barriers do to prevent trespassers at critical sites, the bill is trying to do in the airspace with new technology of unmanned aircraft. The new law restricts flights over drones over critical infrastructure less than 400 feet above ground level or past their fence lines. The bill also requires signage on such property forbidding flight of drones without site authorization. Law enforcement, government, critical infrastructure facility owners, and operators authorized by the FAA to conduct operations over that airspace are exempted from the law. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Keep flying. We'll see you tomorrow.